In the days and hours leading up to Marcellus Williams's execution in Missouri, the D.C. metropolitan area saw a surge of law students banding together to fight for his clemency. They circulated a Change.org petition and sent letters to Governor Mike Parson and other state officials. Among these passionate advocates was Brandon Robert Watts, a third-year student at Howard University School of Law. Watts, driven by personal experiences, saw his incarcerated father and other imprisoned black men in Williams. Williams, a death row inmate, maintained his innocence in the 1998 stabbing death of Felicia Gale, a white social worker and former journalist from the St. Louis metropolitan area. "This is about the broader issue of criminal justice and how black men are treated," Watts said. "When it comes to the death penalty, it's mostly young, impoverished people who can't afford legal representation who could look deeply into their case." Watts rallied more than 50 law school colleagues from HUSL, Georgetown Law School, and University of District of Columbia, David A. Clark School of Law. They coordinated efforts through meetings and group chats, engaging in phone banking, hosting events, writing op-eds, and sending templates of letters to Missouri Governor Parson's office. However, Watts saw the issue reaching far beyond Williams's individual case. The Biden-Harris administration said it would move to abolish the federal death penalty, and the fact that they hadn't is concerning, Watts explained. Marcellus Williams is just one of hundreds of black men who've been on death row. At its foundation, death row is a form of terror among black people. By the afternoon of September 23, a day before Williams's scheduled execution by lethal injection, the Change.org petition had amassed nearly 585,000 signatures. The Missouri Supreme Court was in the midst of last-minute arguments about the case. Tragically, the Supreme Court upheld Williams's execution. Williams's execution marked Missouri's third this year and the 15th in the United States. Felicia Gale's family had advocated for life without parole instead of execution. Law enforcement implicated Williams based on testimonies from 3 people, including an inmate and Williams' girlfriend, which clemency proponents argued lacked credibility due to incentives like reward money and shorter sentences. Williams' case had been winding through the courts since 2015, when DNA analysis suggested someone else might be the culprit. Despite his claims of innocence and a no-contest plea revealing likely contamination of DNA evidence, the plea deal was rejected by the Missouri Supreme Court. Organizations like the NAACP and the Innocence Project called for clemency, describing the execution as a miscarriage of justice reflecting Missouri's racist history. A third-year law student at UDC, David A. Clark School of Law, joined Watts's efforts, inspired by what Watts accomplished through social media. "When we look at the standard of justice, it's important that we see how overlooked black men from low-income communities are," the student said. "This was my first real organizing effort. Brandon knew how to connect people. I want to collaborate with people like that as a lawyer." The fight for Marcellus Williams was a battle for justice, equality, and the abolition of a system that disproportionately targets the marginalized. If you found this story compelling, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content like this.